All right, I'm back at the VA in Spokane, the Man Grandstaff Medical Center. Just talked to a Veterans Police Sergeant, and I'm going to be going in there to talk to her right now. It was the same one that was in my last video, and see if we can take care of this situation. So, well, she's busy right now. I'm going to go ask a question over here. Ma'am, do you know where I can get public records requests?
Up 7th floor.
And so take the elevator to 7th floor.
And then right when you get off, you'll see the signs for records.
Okay, thank you. I know it used to be in the basement, didn't it?
Maybe. Yeah. It's been a while.
We give grandma cookies to the other gals here. Yeah. They seem to have a lot of those.
So as you can see, it's busier in here today. The last time I was here was Saturday. And so they have a special clinic. And I had to get there to try to get my medications restarted. But this is Sergeant Seaman from my last video, and she was very kind to me last time we spoke, and she even pointed out the policy about filming in the VA.
Yes.
And so on that policy, I have a few questions for you today. First of all, if someone was videotaping like I'm doing now, and saying another person, like those lovely ladies that were just here, suddenly they had hurt feelings about it, and they didn't want me videotaping.
Well, you're in a public area.
So would you tell them that to
It's your
not
right
harass
to film.
me? Okay.
Yeah, in a public
And
area.
you would settle it that way. Good. Okay. What about if you found out about a vet?
Well, I've had to educate folks on that because not everybody does know.
And where does the authority? Are you a sworn officer, by the way?
Not sworn, appointed.
Okay. But you carry a firearm. So did you never swore an oath to the Constitution?
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're sworn in. You took an oath. Okay. So when you said you're not sworn,
We're not sworn because VA police are not. Hi, Joe. How are you? Good.
and what did you mean by that, though?
So we're not sworn. We're appointed by Congress to be at the VA facilities for protection for the patients and everybody. That
So
comes
what
on
do
the
you mean?
property.
What do you mean when you say sworn? What? Because I thought that sworn meant you took an oath.
I did take an oath because I was also in the military.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So that my next question anyway was, what if you found out about or happened upon somebody being having their rights violated by VA staff?
Oh, I'd intervene. Absolutely.
Okay. Then I'm going to ask you to do that today.
Okay.
Okay, or not really intervene, but to try to help me out.
Okay.
Now, if you're too busy and stuff like that, just let me know, and,
Okay.
and I understand. You know what I mean?
Are you recording here?
Yes, sir.
You're not allowed to record inside a VA facility. Matter of fact, you're recording me right now. It's a violation of my rights.
Well,
What's that?
He can record.
Not
it.
me. That's
Oh,
PII. That's PII. This is a medical facility.
Right. And you can refuse to.
Yeah, I'm refusing. He's recording me right now, and I'd like
all
to
you
file-
gotta do is walk away, bud.
No, because I'm a veteran. I'm 100% service connection veteran, and you don't have the right to record me.
Okay,
And I'd like
so
to file-
that
I'd like
is
to-
so I'm
true.
gonna
I'd like
disengage.
to file a report on this guy.
I'm gonna disengage. And what's your name?
It's none of your business. I don't work for you. I serve my country, and you have no right recording me. You need to freaking leave.
That's not
I'm
gonna
going.
happen,
I'm
bud.
going to the director's office. I want
This is the
guy's
situation.
name.
This is the situation that I was talking about right here. That I was trying to
Yeah.
avoid.
Yeah, he has the right not to be recorded. He can ask you to stop recording.
Okay, so this we're gonna try to solve this right now. Okay, because now you're in a confusing situation. Okay, but
Well, not too confusing because I'm here to keep it peace.
right, and I don't want to be unpeaceful at all.
Right.
I come
and
here.
so he's
I come here in
disengaged.
peace.
So we're good.
And he interrupted my conversation with you. and I wasn't recording him until he started to
Right.
interrupt me.
Right.
So the First Amendment is where my right to do this comes from.
Right.
Okay, and there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Right.
If he's in a public place, there's cameras all over this hospital. He has no expectation of privacy.
Yeah, but
public.
if you put it on, let's say YouTube, and you get paid for it, then he does have an expectation that you wouldn't be filming him.
Right.
When he's here as a veteran.
Well,
getting
I mean,
care.
that's a civil matter that he'd have to take up. Okay, it's not a criminal.
Right, right.
When you're in public, okay, for example, when you're in public, there is no expectation of privacy. Zero.
Right.
I can
Right.
film anything that my eyes can see in public.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's wrong there. Okay, so if you were to like say suddenly just take his side of it and then have me booted out of here,
Yeah.
then you would be opening the hospital
Right.
and yourself up
Right.
for litigation. So, yeah. And one of the requests I had too when I came here was that I wanted to make some public records requests because my rights were violated before. That's the reason they have this, they have me on this, what you call limited.
Right.
Can you,
And we're gonna fix that today too, right?
right, I hope so.
So yeah,
Yeah.
because you got your appeal.
And I want to get the names of those
Right.
who, because I made requests to the,
through the Freedom of Information Act.
yeah, I did that online. I got
okay.
no reply. I
Okay.
also asked the Veterans Advocate for it. Got no reply.
Okay.
And so I came here. One of the other reasons I came here today was to try to file one directly here. They said it's on the 7th floor.
Right.
Okay. So I was going to ask you to assist me with that, to go
Okay.
up there and do that, and maybe also talk to the patient's advocate.
Okay.
And if you had enough time, I don't know how busy you are, and I don't want to take up all your time and be a pain in your butt, but if you could, so he had come back, the other guy had come back, and he seems like he's very upset at me. I don't know if you could see that,
Yeah.
but I don't want any
Yeah, he didn't want
aggression.
to be
I don't want any problem with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a right to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, but I have a right to. And so, yeah, I think if we could just take our first stop to the public records.
Okay.
I'd
So
like
you
to-
want a police escort to release the information?
Yeah, normally I wouldn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I would just like to go in and not be harassed, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But since you're the only one that understands that what I'm doing here,
Right.
or you sort of understand, not all the way, but hopefully we can both come to a agreement about what the law, because we're good to go by the law, not people's feelings.
Right.
Somebody can't have feelings, their feelings
Right.
don't outweigh my rights. Okay, so I'm just here for transparency.
Okay.
I would like to get the names of the people who violated my rights, and they were able to get my name because I never gave them my name that day.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, if you had time to watch this video, I wouldn't have to even explain anything to you. You
I
could
think
see it.
I may have watched some of it.
Oh, you
I didn't
did?
get to
Oh,
watch
so you're
all of
familiar with it?
Yes.
The one in the Coeur d'Alene? Okay, so what's your take on that?
Well, you have every right to go in there and film.
Okay, well, but then they, all of a sudden when the cops came, they changed their mind from, in that video they tell me 3 times
They
that,
probably just did not have that information.
right, okay, thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm not going to tell you that there
Thank
isn't a
you.
lapse in communication
Thank
at
you.
places. There are.
Thank
It
you.
happens. It happens everywhere, right?
Thank you. No,
Unfortunately, it
man,
can happen between.
you seem like a good person. You don't make me cry. I'm serious. Yeah,
between
can we go up to the
spouses, it
7th
can
floor?
happen between
I'm going to go ahead and
anybody.
keep rolling this.
Sure.
If someone doesn't want to be, I'm not going to try to antagonize them with this, okay? So you be my witness about that.
Yeah.
But if they start to confront me and I feel like they might swing on me, I'm going to put the camera on them. That way I have evidence, you know what I mean, that I had to defend myself.
We'll disengage, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna
Absolutely.
let you get hit, but we want to disengage from anything that's stirring people up. That's just really the best way to handle sometimes some of the stuff that we come in contact with.
So do you happen to know the names of the people in the, on the video?
Now that I can't give out names. That's why you're gonna go to this
Okay.
release of information and make the
All right,
request.
so the date, I'm not sure the date, so I guess I'm gonna request, everyone working there on that date.
Sure.
And I also
under
wanna-
your name as well.
And I also wanna know how they found out my name to make all this happen to me.
Okay.
Cause I never gave them my name. Hi, Ron.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm here to try to get a records,
Am I
a
being
FOIA
recorded?
records request.
Yeah. And he
Is
has the
that-
right to record you.
Okay.
So it's within his rights to come in and record. So he just wants a records request.
Okay. I mean, it's not every day you.
No, it's not. It's not every day.
Are we sending the records to you, sir, or to a third party?
To me. Can I just, pick those records up here, or can you get them to me now? Or how long does it take?
So the answer to your question is right there, 20 business days. And it's not gonna take 20 business days since we're pretty current. We're processing, hold on, we're at March 31st.
Okay, so it's gonna be a while.
Not really
So
a
what
while.
I'll do, and I've already tried this online,
Mm-hmm.
and I got no reply. I waited and waited and waited. It's been like 2 months, and I haven't heard back.
When did you submit your request?
I mean, I couldn't tell you the date, but I would say at least 2 to 3 months ago. And I've actually resubmitted it a total of 3 times. And
I
sort
can
of,
take a look. We do have a
okay,
system. Because if your request did not hit our office, I don't have any control on that one. But we're pretty quick in this office. As long as it landed in my desk here, I can work on it.
all right.
What is your last name, sir?
Can I write it down for you? I'm making a video right now. I don't really want to put my name on it.
I like your shirt though.
Oh, you're Filipino, huh? I can
Yeah.
tell. Yeah, the goat, man.
Yeah.
But I didn't put my name there. I only used my email address, and I'm gonna put that here.
And I just need your date of birth as well.
You know, that's not gonna help you either because I didn't put that in my request.
Yeah. At least let me.
Okay,
find
can you explain, how about the FOIA request? Is that gonna require my name and date of birth?
At least.
Really?
That way they can find you in the
So
system.
you can't try to get records anonymously?
There's no way for me to find you in the system.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
anonymously.
No,
Because
no.
that would be like if I
No, like
came in
suppose an
looking for you.
anonymous person came in here and they wanted to, they wanted certain records, but they didn't, they wanted to stay anonymous because they didn't want to have retaliation. You know what I'm saying? Is there any way that they can get public records without giving up their name?
No, it's
Like,
probably gonna be
like
named.
put a
That would be a
request?
FOIA question. I won't be able to
Okay.
answer that question because my job is only for medical records.
Okay,
So how medical records work is that
Okay,
for
so-
me to be able to find a veteran, I need at least 3 identifiers.
right.
Name, birthday.
So I'm not really looking for medical records.
Yeah. You're looking for a FOIA.
Okay,
request.
FOIA, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I gave you the wrong form then.
Okay, yeah, I need a FOIA. I'm sorry, I don't know the different terminology. I'm just new at this.
You're good, sir.
And I haven't been very successful so far, so.
There you go.
Oh, can we let somebody know? Thank you so much. Thank you, appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the form, the FOIA form.
Okay.
Once you're done filling it out, I can forward it to our privacy officer.
You're what?
To our privacy officer.
Your privacy officer. Okay, what's his name? Or her
Nick.
name?
Nick.
It's
Nick,
Quinn.
Nick Quinn is the privacy officer. And then can I fill this out and then bring it back here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
because I don't
and
want
we
to
will
hold up
audit
too
it.
much of her time. She's been really cool,
Yeah.
you know, following me around, and on my request, I requested her to follow me around, so she's not following me around because I'm a criminal. But all
Hope I
right,
help you, sir.
Thank you.
thank you, appreciate it, bud.
Thank you.
So now I just wanted to go, if she's available, go down to the
Patient advocate?
patient's advocate, and hopefully she doesn't remember my name, because I don't know how to do the editing very well.
Uh-huh,
You know what I mean? And I don't want to
Yeah.
have to edit out my name,
right.
because then I get doxxed, and then I get all
Yeah.
this hate mail and
Yeah.
and all these really terrible things. Like you saw the attitude of the guy downstairs with the red shirt, and that's what I literally try to avoid that the best I can. But at the same time, he's not going to bulldog me out of my rights.
Right.
That's what we fought for.
Yeah,
He
we-
should,
I was
he
in
should
that.
understand. You should explain that to him so he understands it.
I was in the urgent care one time, and there was a gal in there filming, and I let the veteran know, because he was sitting there waiting to be called back, and I said, hey, just so you know, somebody's filming you. And he's like, oh, that's fine, I'm fine with it. And I said, okay, I just want to let you know, because you do have a right to privacy, so, you know, because our veterans do have that right to privacy.
Right, I wouldn't never try to dox somebody on my. But if you walk up to me and start, you know, you think because you're feeling a certain kind of way. I mean, his first question is he filming you? And then he said, you can't film in here. Okay. So then he changed it to you can't film me,
Right.
and I'm going to go, you know, snitch on you to the director and all that. So. I guess I need to go to the director and try to get this straightened out once and for all, so it doesn't have to begin. Because the reason I've got to come in here and check with the police is because I was doing something I had a right to do.
Right.
No, that's retaliation. You know what I mean? Now, it may not be personal retaliation. Well, I know for sure they changed their story because the report they made on me said I was being verbally abusive. Okay, because they realized, oh, we can't do this to him for videotaping.
Right.
So all of a sudden the word camera just came completely out of their whole thing. And that's a cover-up. That's a conspiracy to violate rights now. 42 CFR.
Code of Federal Regulations.
Yep. 42 CFR, conspiracy against rights. Okay, they can't. That's unlawful. Those are crimes. It's not just civil anymore.
Right.
When it becomes like that, it becomes a crime. And people have to realize that. The Constitution is what we serve. We didn't take an oath to people's feelings.
Right.
We didn't take an oath to the director. We took an oath to the Constitution.
Right.
Okay? And my right to do this comes from the Constitution. You know, specifically the First Amendment.
Have a good day, Roger.
You too. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. We come here to talk about can we come in a
Yeah,
minute?
please come on in.
Okay.
My name is Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee. I'm Jay. I'm going to write. I don't know if I would like to not have my last name said aloud.
Okay,
If
can
it
I
happens-
not have you on here?
Okay, how about
Sorry.
here?
Give me just a moment so
Oh,
I
no,
can
that's
get
my
something.
stuff. I
That's
need that.
okay.
Sorry, guys, about penning everywhere.
Let's see. How about the back of one of these?
Yeah. So I'm gonna write my name. I'm sure once you see my name, and you're gonna see who I am, and I'd like to talk about it. What's going on? I'd like to get some names. Me and my wife have both tried everything we can to get the names of the people who retaliated against me for videotaping at the VA in Coeur d'Alene.
Okay, have you gone up to fill out the Freedom of Information Act paperwork?
Yeah.
I just got those papers now.
Okay, so there's not something that I can do to release that information because that has to go through privacy.
Right. But why didn't you tell me that when I emailed you?
Okay, you didn't. I haven't spoken to you in regards to that.
I was
okay?
talking to two different people, so yeah, I don't know who was who on that. I know you guys were going back and forth with me there, so. And I also would like to know how they got my name to retaliate against me, because I never gave my name when I was
I'm
there.
not sure what you mean by retaliate.
Well, now they've got me on a list. They put me on unlimited. How did you phrase that?
Limit the time, place, and manner of care.
So now my care is all limited now because I filmed in public. I
Okay.
exercised a constitutional right, and now I'm limited in care, time, and place. So that's retaliation. Okay,
Okay.
I'm being punished for exercising my rights.
Well, you're not being punished, Jay.
Well, negative things are happening to me, and I got no due process of law. I got no hearing.
Jay, what's your date of birth? You can pause it so you don't have that on there.
I can write it down for you here.
Thank you. Just so I know I'm talking to the right person, okay?
I'll accidentally film it.
And please don't take my
And I
pen.
know I can't edit the video part. I might be able to do the mute for a couple seconds. All right, guys, I'm in the Patients Advocate's office talking to Kaylee, and I have Sergeant Seaman here with me as well, and we're having a relatively cordial and polite conversation about what occurred to me at the VA in Coeur d'Alene. And I apologize about the photography and stuff like that. I'll do the best I can. And just please hang around and see what happens. And also hit that like button and subscribe and share. It really helps out the channel. You know, we're out here trying to protect and defend the Constitution the best way we can, peacefully. And yeah, so like and share, subscribe, and stay with me here.
Is that 64 or 69?
4. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that it was the Coeur d'Alene police who gave them my name,
Oh,
which would be a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. Now, how about if I call the cops on somebody who wasn't breaking the law and got their name from the cops? You know what I mean?
yeah.
What if it was somebody, you know, that didn't want me to know their name?
Yeah.
You don't have a right to call the cops on someone unless they're breaking the law. You know what I mean?
But people
And
will
then-
try.
Right, but then the cops, when they know there's no
People
law
try.
being broken, they don't have the right to conspire with another government agency to give them your personal information. And that's how the retaliation was made possible. And all the punishment.
And Jay, I'm so sorry. We've been having issues with our system today, with our patient advocate system. So it won't let me pull up your information in to look at any cases of who you had spoken with previously.
Right, that's what happened last time I tried to get this information. It was the exact
So
same story.
I can show you, but I can't. That part you cannot record on the thing. I can
Right,
show
right.
you. Okay.
I don't, hold on, can you copy it out? So I can, I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can, get all this.
I can't copy any. It won't let me open the program.
Okay.
The system won't let me open that.
And then,
at all.
so that happened last time, like 2 months ago. You said not
There-
you or
there-
somebody said the
no,
same
there's,
thing.
I mean, and that's, and not like your patient records. I can see those, okay, but I can't see the PAT system, which is the system that we use as patient advocate when
So
a
does this
veteran
happen all
comes
the time?
No, this does not happen often. So they are
Okay.
just having some issues today.
All right, so I'll follow up on you with that.
And you can certainly do that when you do your Freedom of Information Act request. You can always ask for any PATS records as well
Okay.
regarding.
So was there an
your information.
investigation done on this before before action was taken against me?
What do you mean?
Well, action was taken against me.
Okay.
So usually there's an investigation, right? I mean, if someone's accused of
Okay.
doing something
That is not something that is completed by the patient advocate office.
who does that?
We don't do an investigation. That goes through, if there's been a complaint made against, by staff members, if there's a veteran, that is having issues in the office or causing any disruption, that it goes through, and any staff member can put in what we call a disruptive behavior report.
Is there anybody that makes sure that see whether this disruptive report is true?
There is a board that it gets there is a disruptive behavior committee that meets every
Okay.
month. So when there's a disruptive,
Is there a chairman or anybody that runs it?
there is a chairman.
Can you tell me that person's name?
I don't know if I'm able to say that name because I
Isn't
can
that
give you
public
the first
information?
name. I can give you the first name, but I don't feel comfortable to put that on video.
Okay, what's the first name?
Mike.
Okay, and he is the chairman for the disruptive board.
Yes.
Okay.
And there are staff members from all different service lines that sit on that as well.
Okay, what about the director? Am I allowed to go and talk to the director here? Because I had some guy that wasn't happy with when I was videotaping her, and he became very sort of aggressive. At least I felt like he was getting aggressive.
Was it an? I don't know when.
It was a veteran.
And he said he was going to go talk to the director and have me thrown out of here.
Well, and so I will tell you what happens typically that when someone goes in to see the director.
Mhm.
Typically, they ask for us to, as patient advocates, to try to be able to help to resolve any
So
issues.
let me ask you this: with Sergeant Seaman here,
No one came
as
down to my office.
as my witness, how long will it take you to find out for me who the names are that
That
made all this
has to
bad
go-
stuff happen to me?
That would have to go through the Freedom of Information Act.
Okay.
I cannot disclose that kind of thing without
Okay.
Freedom of Information
All right.
Act paperwork being filled out. Or actually, for Pat's request.
So when I first asked for that, though, you got on the computer and you said that you couldn't get it because your computer went down.
No, that is not what I said.
What were you
So
looking for?
I was looking to see what cases the last advocate that had worked with you is who I'm looking for. Okay.
All right. So I had one more question. When I came in here the other day, on Saturday, for an appointment, so my appeal came back successful.
Okay.
And they said that I don't have to check
You have
in.
no
I don't-
restrictions.
I don't have no restrictions. And that they didn't agree with whatever lies they told on me, because it was all lies. I read it. It was all lies. And I don't know how people can get away with that. Don't they even get a reprimand when you start lying on paperwork? But anyway, I went up to my appointment, and Sergeant Seaman came up there shortly later, and I'm very intimidated by people with guns, especially when I don't know them.
I understand that.
I know her a little bit better now, and I'm not afraid of her, standing here. But at the time, I was very frightened. And I didn't know what I did or what I was going to be accused of, because I've been falsely accused before. And all these things are going through my mind, all right? I don't want to explain all that. But then she came up and she said to me that I was on these restrictions, okay? And I told her no. I said I won the appeal, but she still made me comply, okay? So I felt harassed and humiliated then. So why hasn't this gotten to their system? How come when I come in?
I am not the one that
question.
that is able to make that, to put that in there.
Who is?
That would come from, well, if you had appealed it, that comes from the VISN to us. That we can remove.
What's a PO debt?
Appealed.
Appeal.
So you
Appeal,
you
sorry.
have that appeal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I just showed it to
Put a
you.
copy in our, so we can just.
So I might even recommend that you take it up to release of information today,
Yeah,
so
that's
they
what
can
I do.
scan it into your record.
Okay, so
So
you
that-
don't want to see it. You don't do that anyway. You can't. It's not.
I'm not
in your-
able to, I don't put it into the system.
Okay.
I don't,
Alright.
am not able to take it out of the system.
Okay. All right. So where do I gotta go? Back to public 7th floor again? To get this
have
scrapped?
that on file. That's a
And
great
if it's
idea.
all right with you, I don't mind making a copy of it and I can hand walk it upstairs for you today. If you're comfortable in doing
I would
so.
actually rather just go up with her
And that's
if
fine.
she's willing to and get this done. And then what I'll do is another time, and then I'll cut you loose. And I really appreciate this, all your
absolutely.
time. And I'll do this, and
Jay, do you want an envelope that is a self-paid postage or postage paid
no, I want to get
envelope?
this done. Are they going to stamp this somehow and let me know that I've done this? Because I know that
And
when
I don't know if Nick is here today. I can check to see if he's here. Who's
Okay.
our privacy officer? Okay, so give me just a moment. And I'm not sure exactly the time frame that they have in order to get that completed. You know, so that you
right,
can
well,
see
he
any
said
of
like
those
20
records.
something days, which you know, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't.
that's for release of information.
Yeah, and I'm not sure.
Right,
that-
right. I want to know the names. I want to make a complaint on them. Listen, they tried to get me arrested. They tried to get me, literally tried to get me killed. I can prove it. They tried to get me, and they conspired
Release
to do
of
this.
information, Dick?
No, the VA in Coeur d'Alene, the staff members there, one of them went to strike me. Okay, and nobody cares. They just make me punished and blame me for everything they did. I was completely cordial the whole time, the same way I'm talking. I can maybe get a little bit like this, but I don't ever get rude and start cussing at people and stuff like that. But they were getting rude and cussing at me and abusing me, and made me leave and called the cops on me, and then even made me out to sound like some kind of dangerous guy. That they already had their gloves on, getting ready to beat me up.
Oh, I'm very
Okay.
sorry that you felt that way that
So
day.
well,
And Jay, I mean, I can't change what happened in the past.
I understand that, but at the same time, I don't understand why I can't get the names of these people. Why the
Well, and I'm
everyone gives
advising
my
you-
name out to everybody? No,
I'm advising
nobody
you,
has a problem.
Jay. I'm advising you of what you need to do, the steps that you need to take in order to
Right,
see
right.
who filed those reports, and
Okay.
you can be able to request a copy of
All
those
right,
reports.
so we're gonna
as
go
well.
to. We'll give you a copy of it. We'll go to your office real quick.
I don't
And
have a copier down there though.
Okay, so can you copy one out right now?
Copy
Maybe-
out what?
but-
Yeah, if you can make.
Oh
two
yeah, I can make a
copies
copy of that.
Can, make-
Give me just
can
a
you
second.
can you like bump out 2 or
Absolutely.
3,
Absolutely.
and then I need to get the original back.
I'll give you the original. Absolutely, no
I
problem.
mean, the original's a copy. So,
Okay, give me just a second, okay?
yeah. I really appreciate you spending this time and
Oh,
doing this.
absolutely. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. I know people don't think that all the time, but we're probably
Well,
more
it's
of a
tough.
community police
you know
officer
the-
than you'll ever know.
Do you know the worst, a good cop's worst enemy?
Well, I can think of a lot of things, but I'd like to hear your version.
A bad cop.
Yeah, that is true.
They
is a
they
true
stain
statement.
all the good cops.
Yeah, they do.
And so
If people stereotype.
well, I mean, if you
But
if you have
it's
a bad
hard not
experience
to,
with
right?
a cop, and then you
Because-
the automatic assumption is that all cops are going to do that way.
I took an interesting class, and you only see what you can only relate to what you've seen in the past, right? So if you see a uniform, just like you said, and that one
Right.
is bad, then what do you see in that uniform? Bad, right?
The potential for some nightmare to happen to me.
Sure.
You know, if I don't submit to tyranny.
So here's your original, and then I made 3 copies for you, okay?
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And so we'll leave you alone. And I didn't mean to barge in you here, you know, with the camera and stuff
And
like
that's
that.
okay, Jay.
But I do
I'm-
want to
I'm-
document
I'm
my
more than
experiences
happy.
here.
I'm more than happy. What I'm
Okay.
able to release, I'll release to you.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, you want that paperwork there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. So thank you, Kaylee.
Yeah.
And Kaylee's been nice and stuff like that. So
You
she's
have our phone number, right?
Yeah.
Our
What,
patient
can you
ad-
just say what it is real quick? It'll be on.
I'm,
I can just.
I'll give you my card.
These guys are gonna like you. Okay, they're gonna call and
I'm
say,
not,
"Hey, we
I'm
like
not worried.
Kaylee.
I do my
we like
job.
Kaylee.
I'm a veteran myself, and I care
And
about
thank you
what
for
we
your
do.
service, and I promise you that my viewers are gonna love you, and they're not gonna have anything bad to say. They're gonna love Sergeant Seaman. Okay, and you're gonna get good calls coming in. Okay. There it is, guys. Kaylee, be nice, as always. I have good subscribers. All right, guys, we're gonna take a trip over to, so can you take me off of that from your computer?
Oh, do you have a copy of that?
Yeah,
I can't take you off of it, but I can put it in I can put it in that folder.
because I'm not gonna do this anymore when I
Right,
come here. I'm
right.
not gonna go check in with the
Do you need a copy of
police,
that? Yeah, if you just give me a,
okay?
she made a copy, right? For me?
Yeah, I've got,
'Cause you don't have-
I've got
you
the
don't have an
copies,
extra
I've got them right here.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, if I
So-
can have one of those, I will put that in there, and I'll send out an email to everybody in my department to let them know.
Okay,
Sound good?
yep, sounds
All right.
wonderful.
Thank you so much.
I need mine back. I don't even remember which one is the real one.
Can I help you with something? Oh, okay.
This
Yeah,
is
we don't have
mine.
anybody to, do we have anybody to do that right now?
No, unless we get a hold of Big Mike.
I think this is my original.
These two, and if I can keep this one. Thank you.
That's fine. I'm up on second floor, so.
All right.
You just told me to come down, check to see if it was available. Get it done whenever. Thanks, guys.
All right. Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? Good. Oh, you so majestic.
Actually, across your quarter, I'm starting to charge now, because I can be
Service
good
dog.
friend. How many people want to pay them?
Is that all you need from me? Is that all you need?
Yeah, so just so that between you and me right now, to know that I'm not going to check in.
Right.
Could you want to read it right now so that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so that you know that I don't have to, and then
Uh-huh.
confirm to me that I don't have to, and to my viewers that I'm back to normal.
Okay, yeah, does not concur with the decision to maintain the restrictions. Perfect. That's it. That's all I need.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
And then can you tell me how to get to the directors?
It's back down the hall, and it's A125.
Oh, you mean on this floor?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we
I go
just
down,
passed
make a
it.
left.
Where it kind of dog legs.
So over here, then past the other police, so there's another police station here, right?
Yeah, that's the admin office.
Okay, so I pass that and keep going down there.
Right there, the glass doors. Hi, Angie. Hi, how are you? Right here.
Hi, I was wanting to talk to the director or somebody that could help me out with the issue I was having in the corridor.
I'm sorry.
Are you the one that, are you Kaylee?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, I was trying to talk to the director.
You would have to be able to.
Seattle.
He's
So
gone to
next
Seattle. Okay, was there a person, like a big guy came in here with a red shirt that wanted to have me kicked out of the VA? Because I was taking videotape?
There was a veteran that did come in, but I don't know what he was wearing.
And,
Noticed him to be overly big.
Well,
And he didn't specify anybody, he just asked
maybe that's the
if-
wrong guy then.
what the policy was on recording.
Okay, and so did you clarify that with him?
We told him we had to look it up, and he left.
Okay. And so I'm trying to avoid a confrontation with anybody in here as I'm coming through today.
Are you recording me?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't wish to be recorded, and I don't give you permission to record me. You have to have permission.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, that is the policy. So please turn it off, sir. And I'm notifying you that I do not want to be recorded, and have him turn that off.
All right, so the way,
Would you mind, Jay?
well, yeah, I do. I gotta stand my ground. She's a public servant, all right? The Constitution specifically gives us the right to videotape our public servants while they're doing their job. Okay, now if it would have been like someone out there, just a person, you know what I mean, that I would have more sympathy, but she's trying to be a tyrant right now. She doesn't have,
No, she just
she doesn't
asked
have
you.
any expectation of privacy right now. I'm not
She's
gonna try to
asking you.
agitate her or anything, but I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not gonna like, you know, do none of that, but I'm just gonna explain to her the law, because that's why I do this. Okay, people have to understand that their feelings do not, my rights do not stop where their feelings begin. You understand what I'm saying? And I have to stand up for my rights.
I have rights
Otherwise,
too, sir.
yes, ma'am, and I'm not violating your rights.
Yes, you are.
Okay, which right am I
Just a
violating?
minute, and I'll print the policy out for you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is the director's office here.
Sir, you're not allowed.
Is this a public space?
No, it's not.
Huh?
It's not.
Is this restricted?
Yes.
After this point it is.
Oh. Well, you have to mark it out. You have to have a sign there. I'm not gonna do this to you today, but I have a right to go over there, which, you've been so nice to me. I don't wanna do this to you right now. I don't wanna go all the way full circle, but you have to have restricted areas marked, okay? I believe that the public has a right to come in here. You have brochures here. These are for the public. Okay, so the public has a right to be here, and I have a right to videotape these brochures. A lot of my subscribers are interested in what it's like at the VA, how veterans are treated by people like her. Okay? And they want to know if they follow their policy to identify when they're asked to by a member of the public. Like, you were very professional about it. Ma'am, what was your name and your position here? That's unprofessional.
She doesn't want to give her name.
Well,
You know, it's
then
much
she's
like,
violating her
like,
policy.
like you don't want to give your name,
and
right? I mean,
and listen,
you
the
gotta
world gets to
understand
see. The world gets to see
and
that
understand
they're
that.
that they're not following their policy.
Okay,
You understand what I'm saying? Because I already read the
but
policy.
just like you said, you don't want to get doxxed. You don't want to get, right, all this hate mail. I agree with you, right?
Well, I mean, who do I complain to about her not following her policy?
You start with a patient advocate.
Her computers are always down. Is she getting the policy?
I don't know.
She said she's gonna go get the policy. I think she probably just ghosted on us. I don't think she's gonna come back. But since she did say she was gonna get me the policy and show it to me, which I have on video, I'm gonna wait around here until I get the feeling that she's ghosting me and just gonna make me, you know, sit here forever. So is the FOIA, is that the same place as the, so we went up to public records.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for medical records.
Right.
So what about the FOIA? Is it the same office?
I believe
Just
so.
a different form?
Yeah, just a different form.
All right. Maybe you could, so we can get going. Could you ask her if she's if I'm waiting for her to get the policy? the VA here is full of tyrants, guys. This is crazy. The only person that seems to have any respect for the Constitution is Sargeant Seaman, and she's kind of edgy. I mean, she's you know, she doesn't have a passion for the Constitution, that's for sure. But she seems to understand, or she's got a directive or something that's told her, you know, that we have a right to take video and pictures of our public servants. This lady here, she tried to bulldog me, and she tried to use the Sergeant Seaman as a weapon against me. You saw it, just right here. She says, "I'm informing you now that I don't want to be recorded." And then she actually got Sergeant Seaman to be, you know, compassionate with her, when she was feeling some kind of way. But what they have to understand is that we have a right to film our public servants. There's the bill here. And the policy says that they have to give us their name and their position when requested by the public. Is she coming back?
She's not gonna get you the policy.
Okay, because the
She
policy
said she
doesn't
would have
exist.
until you started asking for names and stuff. Her name
Okay,
and stuff.
well, the policy doesn't exist, okay? If she can find the policy, which she can't, you know. I don't understand why this Veterans Administration here wants to keep these people ignorant about this. What is the point of it? We gotta have transparency in our
I truly
government.
believe that. So, and at some point, though,
Are you talking about A121? That is the, whatever.
if all the work stops here because you're filming,
Uh,
that could be considered impeding an operation.
Thank you, dear.
Right? The government
Have a good day.
operation, which we're trying to provide care for
Right.
veterans, right? So, we're gonna wanna keep that process going as fast as possible.
Right.
But if everybody has to stop because of the filming and because people's feelings are hurt or whatever, now we've kind of impeded the operation.
Well, you
So
know,
that could be considered disorderly conduct. It just depends on how the court wants to look at that, right?
right. So,
So-
let me ask you this. You know what a constitutionally protected activity is, right? Okay. So, there was a
So,
time.
and where I get this is from right here. Okay, so this one has changed, right? Recording presence. But this one right here, this is where I'm coming from on that.
Oh, you mean if they cause a disturbance because if they harass me,
No, anything that creates unusual noise, obstructs,
right?
the use of entrances,
the
foyers,
camera,
lobbies.
this camera doesn't have a
offices.
disrupt app on it. It doesn't have a disturbance app on it that I can click. The only one that can make a disturbance, this is just a camera. The only one that can make a
Right.
disturbance is the people. So that's the
Well-
people that has to go to court, not me. Because it's a constitutionally
People are
protected activity.
prepared to have a camera.
Right, so let me give you,
right?
so let me give you an example, okay? My grandfather, I don't want to malign him, but they had two bars in his town. One was for the blacks and one was for the whites. Churches were the same way. They still are down in the South. Much of the churches are still segregated, okay? And so if a black person was to go into that, this is back when I was a kid. This is like, 50 years ago.
What state was this?
Arkansas. And so if a person comes in there and is black and orders a beer, everybody's feelings in there are going to get hurt. They're not going to feel comfortable having a black
Right.
person at the bar. So the answer isn't to remove the black person. We've gone past that. Okay? Or what if the person's wearing a certain kind of hat or,
Sure.
or mustard colored
I
shirt?
get where you're going with it, yeah.
Just because that disturbs everyone doesn't mean the person wearing the mustard colored shirt is the one that caused all the disturbance.
Right.
And this is a protected activity. It's constitutionally protected. The Supreme Court has already ruled on it. There's not even any question about it. So as far as the court goes, it's going to be them that causes the disturbance. The same as if I found one of your cameras up here and I started throwing rocks at it and calling 911.
Right.
Okay? If I call 911 on one of your cameras out here, they would get me for misuse of the 911 system. Well, that's the way it should be with someone that's doing that. And that's what I'm out here trying to educate people so it doesn't come to that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All right, so so we're good.
We're good.
I don't have to check in and check out. All right, thank you very much.
All right.
I can't say enough that I feel a lot better now than I did when I came in. I didn't like the way it went at the director's place. They were very tyrannical. I think
Well, they're
you
not
could
used
do a
to
lot
having-
to affect change here.
And they are
You're
right
in a
there. You know what I'm
position-
saying?
you're
You
in a
know, if somebody come and
position,
stick a camera in your face, you're gonna.
There's
you know,
that in your face thing again. Okay, this
well,
is just
it
a
is
thing that
because
it's
of
a
that
word
close
that people
quarters
use.
in that office. It kind of is in their face,
No.
and they're not used to that. I'm used to it
That's a
because
term.
it happens all
That's
the time.
a term. When you have you're not wearing a body worn cam, but the officer that came here earlier was, okay. I mean not earlier, but Saturday, who was standing behind me. I noticed that he was wearing one.
Oh no.
And in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane, they all wear them. But there ain't no one. Get that camera out of my face.
Right.
The same reason that the police can wear those body-worn cameras
Right.
is the same way I can sit here and hold my camera. It's the same right.
Right.
Because there's no expectation of
Right.
privacy in public.
And I appreciate every time you say, "Hey, I'm recording you." Right.
But do you
Because
think cops
typically,
are putting the
if I turn
cameras
the
in people's
camera on,
face?
I would say, "I'm recording this right now." I would say that, just
Right.
because I think it's a courteous
Right,
thing to do.
right. Courteous is good. And to me, you know, people get respect where it's
Thank
given.
you. You're welcome. Good day.
You know, if they're going to come at me all sideways, then they're not going to get that respect. You know what I mean? If they're going to demand that I stop exercising my rights, then that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And there's been times where people have said, you know, could you not?
Right.
You know, because it's not part of what I'm trying to do here.
Right.
So to end this out, I'm just going to walk through in and out. I'm going to disengage with anyone that tries to. It's sort of like a victory lap, you know, and then I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you. I heard someone call your first name. I'm not gonna get it on film, but it truly has been a pleasure to meet you. And like I said, you can do a
Well,
lot.
you're probably learning the hard way. You can't make everybody happy, right?
Right. You can
I
do a
know
lot
it's
though
a tough
to
world,
educate the
but
people.
you know what? We'll get through it.
Educate the people so they don't put themselves
Yeah.
in that situation. Don't
Right.
put me in that situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're the government. When you work for the government, you would think that you would realize you're a public servant now.
Right.
But no, they think now I'm the tyrant. I have power. And that's not the way they should feel. And this is what's going to get them to humble down and find their glitch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, bye. All right, guys, I don't know how I did there. You can always Monday morning quarterback on that sort of thing. I have no idea. She seems to be kind of walking the fence. She knows that the rights are here, that they exist, and stuff like that. But I mean, she's like serving two masters here. She said she swore an oath to the Constitution. She's a veteran. She swore an oath to the Constitution. But at the same time, you know, she doesn't want to she's part of a team here. She's in a sort of a family, or you want to call it gang mentality. That's up to you. I look at it more like a team, you know, and we got to do is realize that we're all on the same team. We're on the American team, Team USA, you know. Why can't we do that? Why has everything got to be broken down into groups, into communities and all this? Why can't we be the USA community and be unified and stop this, this divide and conquer agenda that's being perpetrated on our country right now? Okay, and like I said, she swore an oath to the Constitution, but then she said she wasn't sworn. I mean, she's got a badge and a gun, and I know she has arrest powers. I know that to be a fact. They aren't going to call the Spokane police to come and take care of me. They're going to be the ones that put hands on me. So they are sworn law enforcement officers. They may have been appointed by whoever, but they are sworn. Okay? And you notice they won't give me any names. they'll give everyone my name, pass my name around like it ain't nothing, but they won't give me the names of the people that violated my rights. So I'm going to go up here. This may end up being a prolonged video. I was hoping to make it shorter, because I seem to get more views, and I like to make my point, as fast as I can. But in this situation, I think I'm going to keep rolling until I fill out this form. So filling out the form is going to take some while, and submitting it. And you're just going to have to bear with me on that, unless I can learn how to edit this stuff. Also, San Joaquin once told me on email that he would teach me how to do the editing on the videos. I'd love to learn how to like mirror and narrate, like pause the video and narrate and stuff like that. So if you know anybody out there who is willing to teach me or point me to like a video. I researched, I'm trying to find a video that can help me learn how to do that, and I've been unsuccessful in finding it. I just get something that's unrelated to what I'm trying to do. Just please leave a comment. Also, another thing I wanted to say is, okay, so there's the release of information, and I'm going to fill out the form. Yeah, you hot shot, you big shots, man. You should, subscribe. Comment on the. I know you guys do a lot to help out people getting started, and I owe you everything. But I've always wondered, what's up with that? You don't follow the smaller. I follow all these people, like thousands of people. Even if they got 2 or 3 subscribers, if they're out there putting in work, then I'm subscribing to them. And there's if any of you guys know, or maybe you might be listening, I think his name is Inland Northwest Audits. Now this guy, I would love to audit with him, because he knows the law. I would be able to learn a lot. And he does a really good job. If you haven't seen him, Inland Northwest Audits, check him out. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause now, and there'll be part 2, because it's going to take me a while to fill these forms out, and there won't be nothing for me to do. And like I said, I don't really know how to edit it yet. Incidentally, if San Joaquin's listening, I got a new iPhone now. So before I had that old iPhone, and I couldn't do none of that editing. But now I got one, I can do all that. If you're still willing to teach me, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you an email and stuff, man. And if you could just send me the right way and stuff, I could do a lot better jobs on my videos. Yeah. So the good thing about this one, though, is I can get it up faster. Anyways, you guys, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Please, I was gonna say, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10,000. All right. So, peace out.